simple activities on the chanting of the holy name. Number 8, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities, which are offered in the Vedas as repetitive activities. Karmakanda. Number 9, to instruct a faithless person about the holy name of the Lord. Number 10, to not have complete faith on the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success, that is Krishna Prema. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. So I thank all of you for joining, and today we will be moving on to our next session, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. Before moving on to the session, I would like to know who are all present on the call today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nita Mataji, Dandrat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Priti Dasi from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Priti Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandrat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Arvind from Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Arvind Daksh Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devidasi from Chicago, Illinois.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Priya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for all your wonderful services, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for your services, Mataji. All glorious services every time.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjri Leela Devidasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Manjari Leela Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, would like to introduce.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. And thank you so much for all your services, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Ramya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sundarangi Radha Devidasi from India. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sundarangi Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. And thank you so much for all your services. Hare Krishna. Anybody else who would like to introduce themselves? Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. So today we will be moving on to our next session, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. But before moving on to the session, I would like to invite Sundarangi Radha Mataji to give brief introduction about his grace. Keshavanand Prabhu, who is the speaker of the call today. Hare Krishna, Sundarangi Radha Mataji. Over to you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are so fortunate to have His Grace Keshavanand Prabhuji on our call today as a speaker. So here is a brief introduction about Prabhuji. Prabhuji was a professional doctor for many years and he is now a practicing monk. Since the last 20 years, he has conducted extensive research and authored books in the field of science and spirituality. He feels the rift between science and spirituality must disappear to bring peace in the world. If spirituality is a superstition and a myth, science is materialistic and atheistic. A new approach to life is needed today that can bring the best of both. Science must re-embrace spirituality and be humble to admit its defects, flaws, and ignorance, and spirituality also must base itself on sound, scientific and rational ideas. Keshavananda Prabhuji has studied both Vedic and Western philosophy. Besides learning Sanskrit, he also learned Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, and Kannada to know about other traditions. His persistent endeavor in the field of science and spirituality has enabled him to come up with the seminars on diverse topics like science and Vedas, mind and machines, science fails to explain life, consciousness and beyond, etc. That he has presented in various colleges in India, Europe, and America. Under the guidance of his spiritual master, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami. He has also started a Gurukula, a traditional system of Vedic education in Punjab, India, where children learn the ancient Vedic culture and values. Besides, he has started a farm community. The community has a traditional way of living with mud huts and thatched roof, with cows, and of course, farming. The communities will set a model for the world to show how to live a life based on the principle of simple living and high thinking. All glories to Prabhuji's all wonderful services. Here was the brief introduction about Prabhuji Mataji. Over to you, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much for giving that brief introduction about Prabhu. And we do not find Prabhuji on call. So if anyone wants to introduce themselves, can go ahead. Otherwise, you can chat. Anyone wants to introduce
Hare
themselves?
Krishna Mataji, this is Balavrinda.
Hare Krishna Balavrinda. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Balavrinda, for joining the call.
Mataji, today
Hare
is my
Krishna.
first. Mataji, today is my first day. Please pray. First day of the school.
Oh,
Mataji.
Hari Bol. So Balavrinda's birthday is today. So we can all
Mataji,
unmute
not
and
birthday,
chant.
Mataji. Mataji, not birthday. She's saying today is her first day of the school for 5th grade.
First,
Please
sorry,
pray
sorry,
for
sorry,
me. Yeah,
Mataji.
that's what she's asking. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Mataji. Okay, so Balavrinda, so all the best and congrats for the first day and every day, in fact, by Krishna's blessings and Radharani's blessings, you'll have all your wonderful success and let's all chant one time Hare Krishna Maha Mantra for Balavrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so
Hare
much,
Krishna.
Balavrinda, actually,
Thank you,
for taking
Mataji.
time and
Hare
coming and
Krishna.
introducing yourself on the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj and Gauranga. This is Harita from Missouri City, Texas, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Harita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandik Pranam. My Dandak Pranam to all the respected and dedicated devotees of Bhakti Sangha. This is Pooja Arora from Haridwar.
Hare Krishna, Pooja Arora Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for being so sincere and coming on the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anyone else would like to introduce till Prabhuji joins, or we shall read the verse, Mataji, the verse, or how?
I think we can, Mataji. Prabhuji is not there on the call.
Yeah. So we'll keep on going for introduction or chant, right? Okay.
Yeah, Mataji, we can start reading. Yeah, it's a little long,
Yeah.
but we can start reading actually.
Yeah, then okay. Then fine. We can start. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 7, and text 30 and 31 today. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. छायत्व अधर्मोर्मिषु यैर्विसर्गो नेत्रात्रयं सत्त्वरजस्तमास्मि तमांसि शङ्ख्यात्मान शास्त्रकृतस्तवीक्षा छन्दोमयो देव ऋषि पुराणा. Translation: O Lord, your shadow is seen in irreligion, which brings about varieties of irreligious creations. The three modes of nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, are your three eyes. All the Vedic literature, which are full of verses, are emanating from you because their compilers wrote the various scriptures after receiving your glance. Text 31. Nate गिरित्राखिललोकपाला विरिञ्च वैकुण्ठसुरेन्द्रगम्यं ज्योतिपरं यत्र रजस्तमश्च सत्वं न यद्ब्रह्मनिरस्तभेदम्. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Lord Girisha, since the impersonal Brahman effulgence is transcendental to the material modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance, the various directors of this material world certainly cannot appreciate it or even know where it is. It is not understandable even to Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, or the King of Heaven, Mahendra. Purport. The Brahma Jyoti is actually the effulgence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As stated in Brahma Samhita 540, Yasya Prabha Prabhavato Jagatanda Koti Kotishvashesha Vasudhadi Vibhuti Bhinnam Tad Brahma Nishkalam Anantam Ashesha Bhutam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord who is endowed with great power. The glowing effulgence of his transcendental form is the impersonal Brahman, which is absolute, complete, and unlimited, and which displays the varieties of countless planets with their different opulences in millions and millions of universes. Although the impersonal feature of the Absolute is an expansion of the rays of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he does not need to take care of the impersonalists who enter the Brahma Jyoti. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9.4, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina. In my impersonal feature, I pervade this entire universe. Thus, the Avyakta Murti, the impersonal feature, is certainly an expansion of Krishna's energy. Mayavadis who prefer to merge into this Brahman effulgence worship Lord Shiva. The mantras referred to in text 29 are called Mukhani Panchopanishads Tavesha. Mayavadis take all these mantras seriously in worshipping Lord Shiva. These mantras are as follows, and there are 38 mantras given here. 1. Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Shantyai. 2. Mahadevaya Dhimahi Vidyaye. 3. Tanno Rudra Pratishthaye. 4. Prachodayad Dritye. 5. Aghorebhyastama. 6. Athagorebhyo moha. 7. Aghorebhyo raksha. 8. Aghoratabhyo nidra. 9. Sarvebhya sarvavyadhye. 10. Sarvebhyo mrityave. 11. Namastestu shuddha. 12. Rudra rupebhyastrina. 13. Vamadevaya Raja. 14. Jeshtaya Swaha. 15. Shrestaya Ratye. 16. Rudraya Kalyane. 17. Kalaya Kama. 18. Kala Vikarnaya Sandhinye. 19. Bala Vikarnaya Kriya. 20 is Balaya Vridhye. 21 Balachaya. 22 प्रमथानाय धात्रये 23 सर्वभूत दमनाय Brahmanaye 24 Manashoshinye 25 Unmanaya Jwara 26 Sadhyo Jatam Prapadyami Siddhaye 27 Sadhyo Jataya Vai Namaha Riddhye 28 Bhave Ditye 29 Abhave Lakshmye 30 Nati Bhave Medha 31 Bhajasva Mam Kantye 32 Bhavasvadha 33 Ubhavaya Prabha 34 Ishana Sarva Vidyanam Shashinye 35 Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Abhaya Da 36 Brahmadhipatir Brahmanodhipatir Brahma Brahmeshtada 37 Shivo me astu marichye 38 Sadashiva Jwalinye. The impersonal Brahman is unknown even to the other directors of the material creation, including Lord Brahma, Lord Indra, and even Lord Vishnu. This does not mean, however, that Lord Vishnu is not omniscient. Lord Vishnu is omniscient, but he does not need to understand what is going on in his all-pervasive expansion. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that although everything is an expansion of him, Maya tatam idam sarvam, he does not need to take care of everything. Nachaham teshu avastita, since there are various directors like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Lord Indra. And Indra, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I think Prabhuji is joined. Thank you so much, Mataji, for reading the verse and purport and translation.
Mataji,
It was
please
really
forgive me for
very
all the
long.
mistakes.
Hare Krishna, I couldn't hear. I don't know. My internet is little flickering, so please excuse me. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving us your valuable time and association today and to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam from Canto 8, and chapter 7, verses 30 and 31. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. आवाज सुनाई देता. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, Prabhu, we can hear you.
Yeah. I don't know. I just
We can hear you,
now
but
you can.
your video is okay. Yeah, fine. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, once again. And
Can
thank you
you?
for accepting the
By the way,
invite.
can you just give me 5 minutes? I need just 2-3 minutes. I'm caught up with some work. Can you do something?
Okay. Okay, Prabhu. Okay. We'll
I don't
chant
know
till
if
then.
that's possible.
Yes, Prabhu, we can 5 minutes. We'll wait and you can join us. Hare Krishna. So, dear
Yeah.
devotees, we can chant till then, or if sorry, Prabhu. Yeah. So, dear
Yeah.
devotees, we can.
Yeah. I don't need 5 minutes. I just need 2 minutes. I just need
Okay.
just 2 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure, Prabhu. So, dear devotees, let's chant till Prabhuji joins, or if anyone wants to introduce themselves, please go ahead till Prabhuji joins for 2 minutes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare. If anyone wants to introduce, you can unmute and introduce yourselves. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Radha Shri Sri Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna,
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please take over, Prabhu. Hare
Sorry.
So it's from Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto, 7th chapter, 30 and 31 verses. We just read the verse purport and translation.
Yeah, yeah. Jai. Namaam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminati Namne Namaste Gauravani Pracharini Shunyavadi Paschadeshta Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So this is, I think this, mostly these verses are talking about this. I think Lord Shiva is praying to, who is praying to whom? Let us see this. Yeah, Prajapati are praying to, yeah, Prajapati are praying. Now what they are saying is, they are glorifying the Lord and they are saying, oh Lord, your shadow is seen in irreligion. That means your shadow, that is, if you read Virat Purush, universal form of the Lord, you will find that every aspect of Lord is related to some feature of this material world. Or it's actually it's the other way around. Every feature of this material world is produced from some aspect of the Lord. So from the shadow, a religion is produced. That is why shadow of Lord is actually seen as a religion, which brings about varieties of religious creations. So just like Srila Prabhupada says, Krishna's stool, from Krishna's stool, this material world is produced. The enjoyment of the material world. Now that's quite interesting. Everything is spiritual about Krishna, so his shadow produces a religion. Now this is a very important concept because now you might say, well, Krishna is the emblem of religion. He comes in this material world to protect religious principles and destroy religion. But here we see that the Krishna is the origin of a religion. Now, how do you understand this? Krishna is the origin of a religion, then people will actually uh, criticize God. God produces a religion. No other Christianity, Islam, they will never accept this philosophical concept. That is why they have come up with a concept of Satan, Shaitan. So God produces religion, Shaitan or Satan, he is the cause of a religion. But we see here, no, we don't accept that concept of Shaitan. For us, religion is produced by Krishna and also irreligion is produced by Krishna. That's the whole point. Now you might also know this. Krishna Suresa Maya Hoyantkar. So irreligion means Maya. So Maya is produced from the shadow of Krishna. Or Maya is the shadow of God. That is why if you see Brahm Samhita, I don't know Prabhupada quotes or not. That is why if you see Brahm Samhita, the Brahmaji prays Chaya eva vivarti bhuvanani Durga. Durga is a shadow of God. And Durga is the deity of Maya. So it all links up, isn't it? So from Krishna's shadow, Maya is produced, Durga is produced, and from Maya creates a religion in this material. So what do we gain by knowing this? The question is, what's the practical utility of this fact? Practical utility is that don't be interested in shadow, be interested in substance. Substance and shadow. Fools are interested in shadow, but intelligent people, they're interested in substance. Now you want shadow of mango or you want mango? That's it. Now you don't need intelligence in this. Who will want shadow of mango? Not even fool. Fool will also say, I want mango to eat. I think so. Intelligent people will want shadow, isn't it? They will put some mind, their intelligence, we need shadow, we don't need substance. I don't know, something. So who will be after shadow? Not fool, non-intelligent, people who are confused, who are deluded. Those who cannot see the substance, they will be after shadow. Confusing shadow as substance. That's the whole idea. Socrates, Socrates, he said, he has written a book. I forgot the book's name. I don't know, but in that book he gives us example of shadow and substance. So he says that we are like humanity is like people who are in a cave, and there are people outside the cave. Now these people in the cave, they actually never left the cave in the entire life, and they can see the shadows of the people who are outside the cave. That's all. And the entire life they were thinking, oh my God, these are some people who are shadowy people, because they didn't know the concept of shadow, because they were in the cave. There's no sun. So they were thinking these are shadowy people there. So similarly, that's the whole point. Similarly, those who have not seen the substance, they will confuse shadow as substance. And that's what we are. This whole material world is shadow. We have not seen spiritual world. Spiritual world is substance. God is substance. And because we cannot see that, that is why we are interested in this. And we are thinking this is the real thing. That's the whole thing. And that is why it is said your shadow is seen as irreligion. Now, so in other words, Krishna, just sit, that's okay. So in other words, Krishna is a cause of irreligion and Maya. Now the question comes, why he creates a religion? Just why he creates a religion? Why is creating Maya? Confuse people? No, like he's mad. On one hand, he confuses people. On other hand, he says, get out of this confusion. Now there is a mad person. If you really think God has to be a madman. First I beat you, and then I tell to you, don't get beaten. And are you crazy? You are beating me, and then you are saying never get beaten. this is crazy. Or I confuse you, and then I say, okay, now you should come out of this confusion. Why in the first place you confuse me? That's a big question of evil in Christianity. If Krishna is creating a religion, Krishna is creating evil, then he's a bad God. He's not a good God. He's bad. And because Christians could not solve this question, that is why they created an entity Satan, Shaitan. Okay, now it goes. But there are another problems with that concept, because then Satan comes equal to God. There's a fight between Satan and God. He creates a religion, God creates religion, and there's a fight between God and Satan. This is a nonsense concept. We don't accept this because God is supremely powerful. For us, it is Maya, who is under complete control of Krishna. He's not in fight with Maya. He is directing Maya to make evil. So Maya is doing that. He produces evil, he produces irreligion, he produces sorrow, he confuses people. It's madness. Why is doing that? Now that he is doing because that is required. It doesn't do anything without any requirement, isn't it? That is necessary. Why it is necessary? Because all creation comes from chaos. Chaos is the father of creation. If you understand this point, you understand everything about Gita, everything about Taoism, Japanese religion, everything about what do we say? Mystic philosophy. Every concept comes from confusion. It doesn't come from clarity. From clarity, concept doesn't come. From confusion, it comes. Now, so what I mean to say is, if you're clear in everything, you will not come up with new idea. Everything is clear. If you're confused about something, then you're forced to come up with new idea. When you come up with the idea and then you apply it, then everything becomes clear afterwards. Isn't it? So confusion is the mother of creation. Simple. That's all. And that is the function of false ego. False ego will confuse you by making you clear. That is what it does, ahankar. I'm clear about everything. Everything is clear. So you don't come up with new ideas. Everything is clear for you. So you can't see, actually you don't come up with new ideas. You can't see new options. You'll be stuck up in your own box. So Maya doesn't confuse you by confusing you. Maya confuses you by making everything clear to you. That is Maya. Maya is, that is what Narad Muni says, Narayan, Narayan, whenever he sees Maya. You can't even understand how Maya is working. So it is required that people become confused. Because if humanity will not get confused, if humanity will not go in evil, they will not come up with the necessity of God. That's the whole idea. This confusion, this evil, this irreligion creates a necessity to know God, to come up with a new idea. Okay, I am suffering. There is evil. There's confusion. What should I do? My life is going according to set pattern of ideas. This is not enough. Because now I'm suffering. I have to come up with new idea. Then he explores and he comes to the concept of God. Otherwise, if there's no evil, no sorrow, no confusion, ideas are okay. My life is okay. What's the requirement of a new idea, new God idea? Why do we need that? So it's necessary for us to push towards new avenues, spiritual avenue, God. So everything has a purpose. This, this in Bible, this Noah, the Ark of Noah. When his boat was there on the ocean and everywhere was water, he asked God, why so many people died and everybody is suffering and we are suffering? Why is that? Why humanity suffers? He was like complaining to God in that tone. So God said, you don't know, everything has a purpose. And Bhagavatam clears this fact. I think 11th canto, this fact is there. Why do we need suffering? So the question of evil is solved in our theology, in our philosophy. In bhakti also, Krishna lets us fall down. If you are not falling down in devotion, that means you are not advancing. That is one way to see this. It's not that you are falling down, that means you're advancing. I don't want to say that. But if you are not falling down, then that means you can't advance. You will not be able to advance because you are doing bhakti and everything is okay, everything is proper. You don't develop a need to advance because you can't see your weakness, so you're not falling down. So fall down is also is necessary for us. That's the idea there. Falling down is evil in devotion, isn't it? We are talking about religion, evil. That's required. So anybody who is falling down, he's fortunate. Actually, in another sense, if he uses his fall down to advance. Anybody who's falling down is fortunate. I'm falling down again and again. So then he has to come up with some idea. Then when he falls down, then he sees his own weakness. Okay, I'm falling down because of this. There's a weakness. Now, how to overcome this weakness? I have to come up with some idea. My regular sadhana is not helping me because I'm falling down. So I have to come up. Then he is forced to come with some idea. He's forced to again go back to scriptures, again go back to his guru, seniors, and ask, what should I do now? I'm doing everything now. Extra, what should I do? So you see, confusion, evil is a mother of creation. Then we create our bhakti. So don't get depressed if you're falling down. If you're falling down again and again, then start thinking, what is my weakness which I have not identified yet? Identify that and come up with some new extra idea along with your sadhana, something else you have to do to overcome that weakness. And that's how Krishna will help you to advance. So yeah, so I'm writing a book, Nectar Drops. It will be soon released, that book. In that book, I'm writing this concept. This concept that if you want to be enthusiastic in, who is enthusiastic in devotion? Who is how do you maintain enthusiasm? That's the whole point. How do you maintain enthusiasm? So it's not just following rules ritualistically and perfectly. That's not the point there. The point is, if you want to maintain enthusiasm, then you have to start looking not on your advancement, but on your fall downs. And try to identify the weakness behind that. And try to correct that. Once that is corrected, you will become enthusiastic. Okay, good. I've done something. So the secret of advancement is not in rules, ritualistic following of rules. It's not in ritualistic following of rules. Secret of advancement, this statement is funny, but secret of advancement is in your fall downs. This might come as a shock to you, but it's like that. That's it. But this statement has to be understood as I explained. Oh, otherwise, there are many meanings of this statement. The secret of advancement is your fall downs, and there's example for this. I'll tell you. If you're traveling on a road, on a path, if you're traveling, you're in a car, and you're on a highway. Now, if you want to reach your goal fast, what you can do? You can speeden up the car, accelerate it. Then you will reach your goal faster. That's what you can do. But how much you can accelerate? Up to a limit, otherwise your car will go haywire. It'll go out of control. So the acceleration which you put, you can't put so much acceleration, because then your car will get, tire will get burned up. It's out of control. There's a limit for that. For every individual, every car, there's a limit. Maruti 100 maximum. Scorpio 200. Okay, 140. In America, you can go 300. Big cars. But if you want to reach fast, the trick is you have to choose a road which is smooth, which is devoid of, pits. What do we say? Pits, no? Yeah, devoid of stones and hurdles. If you're on a path which is not good, which is not properly made up, then you can't reach, no matter which type of car you have. You might have Scorpio, you might have Maruti, whatever you have. But if the road is not proper, you can't do anything. You might have Rolls Royce also. What do you do if road is not proper? So you need a proper road. So it's like almost like India and America, In India, you can buy a Scorpio, Rolls Royce, but that's of no use. You can't drive. You can't drive on high speed. It's India. You'll be driving Rolls Royce and your Rolls Royce tire will come out, You can't drive. In India, you have to drive Rolls Royce or Scorpio or Lamborghini, whatever. You have to drive maximum 100. You can't more. Because even if you drive like, 250, 300, that you can't do. Even if you do that, some dog will come, some beggar will come. You can't do like that. विशाल खड़े होके सुन लो. So like that. So what you need to advance is not your acceleration. What you need to advance is you have to make your road proper. You have to remove the stones, to remove the hurdles on the road. And how do you identify, and what are those hurdles, what are those stones? Those are your weaknesses, which is preventing you to accelerate. And how do you identify your weakness? How do you identify? When you fall down, then you will identify your weakness. There's no other way. Otherwise, you will think everything is right. Everything is okay. So you see the point. That is why even fall downs are created by Krishna. Same. Fall downs are created by Krishna in devotee's life, but not by Krishna, but by his shadow. Krishna is not interested that we should fall down. He's not really interested in that. He's interested that we should come back to him. But that's required. But that requirement is that's needful, but that's not a but that will give little pain to us, isn't it? So Krishna asks his shadow to do that work. Okay, Maya, you do. For non-devotees, Maya, what you do is, for non-devotees, you create confusion and evil, irreligion. For devotees, you create fall downs. So that's, you see, that's required, and actually you learn a lot. But of course, that's painful. So we'll say to Krishna, Krishna, we are devotees. Why are you giving us pain? Krishna will say, I'm not giving, my shadows giving. So what is your shadow? I am not my shadow. My shadow is shadow. So what is shadow? It's nothing actually. Shadow is shadow. So, well, blame doesn't go to Krishna. Blame doesn't go to anybody because shadow is nothing. So that's how Krishna does this mechanics. That is why he said your shadow is seen in religion, which brings about varieties of irreligious creations. You see, so evil is necessary, fall down is necessary. And those who find the way in light, they are fools. In fact, it is said in Bible, no, light is the way. That's the what's that famous line? Light is the way. Something I forgot. In Bible it is said. I am light, I am way. Yeah, Christ used to say, I am light, I am the way. That's fine. Light will show you the way. You open the torch and you will see the way in the darkness. But intelligent people will focus on darkness and not the light. Because light anyway you can see. So you don't need to focus. Where to focus is the portion in darkness that will lead you down. If you open your headlights, car, you can see what's there. But you have to keep in mind what is beyond light so that you don't gear up your car in some other directions. You have to keep in mind, okay, this is the light, I can see this, but beyond this there can be some problems, so I should be on this way. So your focus is on darkness and not on light. This might seem contradictory, but it's like that. Anybody who want to advance, he should not try to accelerate. He should try to clear up his way. That is called anarth nivritti, by the way. Rupa Goswami says the same thing. Adarshata tata sadhusang atha bhajan kriya tato anarth nivritti. If you want to advance in bhajan, you have to get rid of obstacles, anartha, and then you advance. Isn't it? Then your bhajan kriya advances. It becomes strong. So I put it in another way which you can understand this. But we never think in this way. And that's why we get disturbed, or I'm falling, we get depressed, I'm falling down, I'm not advancing, Prabhuji, I'm not advancing. In spite of chanting, in spite of Sunday program, in spite of this and this and this. Why? Because you are focusing on acceleration, but you're not focusing on cleaning work. on maintaining your road, removing obstacles that you're not doing. You're not focusing on weaknesses. You're not focusing on your fall downs. You're avoiding your fall downs. That's the whole idea. I'm falling down, okay. So yeah, next time I should not fall. I should not think about this. No, if you fall down, think about that. What's the problem? And try to correct it by some method. Don't say, okay, I'm falling down. This is a problem, so I should chant more. No, that's not the way. If you're driving your car, so I cannot reach my goal. The road is not proper. So what do? You accelerate the car. Nonsense. Your car will get jammed. What you have to get out of the car, clean the path, or take some other route. That's the only option. Don't accelerate. Okay, I'm falling down. What should I do? I should chant more. You will become more psyched out. It doesn't work like that. Already you have some problems, and you're trying to chant more with those problems. It will give more stress. You can chant more. I don't say don't chant more, but that's not the solution. It doesn't work like that. What you do is try to identify a weakness and try to come up with a solution to get rid of that weakness. Automatically, your chanting will increase. And happily, not frustratingly. That is the whole meaning of this verse. Your shadow is seen in irreligion, which brings about varieties of irreligious creations. So I don't want to talk much on other. See, these are very deep concepts. This whole verse. Next is are your three modes are three eyes. I can keep on speaking on this. It's a big concept, so I don't want to confuse you. At least one concept should be crystal clear. So I'll end up there. Any questions there? I'll entertain. That's how it goes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very nice class. So thank you so much for giving such a wonderful thought process for saying about the shadow. The Lord does not want us to give sorrow, but still He wants us to get. He wants us to come back to Him. So for that, He's just making what to say, value to that position. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful understanding. Second. So,
What's happening?
devotees, any questions or realizations, please go ahead.
There is a person.
Hare Krishna.
Amit.
Yeah, Amit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I'm Achinta Gopal Das. So, Prabhuji, thank you for the amazing class. And you have touched upon a topic which is very, very important for improving our bhakti. Prabhuji, can you expand more? Say, for example, if we face some weakness, how exactly you overcome it? We always think more chanting, or we always think more kirtan or reading more shastras, but what exactly can actually make the difference?
Well, suppose, for example, if you're addicted to your phone, and that's most of us, isn't it? If you're addicted to Facebook and YouTube, for example, and I presume everybody on this forum are, they might say no, but I can also say you're speaking a lie. So whatever it is. So how to overcome that weakness? For example, now people might think, okay, let's chant more, let's hear more, let's kirtan. It does not work. And it doesn't work. We all know. Nobody is able to get out of those kind of addictions. So what to do? So you have to come up, okay, this is my weakness. You have to come up with some strategy to overcome this weakness. For example, okay, I'm addicted. So what to do? Fine. So let's delete Facebook. Facebook you can delete, isn't it? It might give you some pain, but okay. That's a strategy. Okay, let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of Insta. Okay, some devotional things I'll not be able to see. Forget devotional things. YouTube, you can't get rid of it. It's there. So you have to come up with some strategy for YouTube. So you see the point. You have to you probably have to get some security lock on that. Maybe, I don't know, something. So like that. So or limit your internet time if that's possible. Okay, this time I'll check internet, other time I'll not. So like this is one example like that. So every weakness you sort out, come up with a strategy, get rid of it. Otherwise, those habits die hard. We'll never be able to overcome it. And we'll get frustrated. Oh, I'm chanting. I've increased my chanting, still my habit is there. I've increased my reading, still my habit is there. I'm there, still my people get depressed and then say, oh, no, nothing is happening, forget it. But the strategy, the way of working is wrong. Krishna is saying something else. So this is one example. You take another example. For example, if somebody is addicted to eating a lot, Mahaprasadam. Okay, he's going to Sunday programs. Just one of the main thing is I'll get nice prasad, for example. So or some Matajis are very addicted to eating, and they're always making cakes and pastries and offering to Krishna and eating. They're eating, always eating. So congregation is like that. You know, you have a fridge in your house. Open it, eat it. Some people are really, isn't it? Many devotees told me, Prabhuji, I can't control. So I open the fridge and just pop in something and then keep on doing something. But that's not the way how it goes. So now this is a weakness, for example. So you have to come up with a strategy to get over this weakness. What is the strategy? Okay, one strategy is I should fix my eating time. I will not eat in between. I'll eat from 9 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Otherwise, I'll not eat. Even if it's Mahaprasad, even if Krishna comes and give me Mahaprasad, I'll not eat. My time is fixed. Krishna, my time is fixed. Come at 9 o'clock. So then, some strategy is there in your mind. It'll help you to control. So like this. So, or you can take a vow, okay. If Mahaprasadam, if there's a pastry in Mahaprasadam, I'll not eat. So devotees will bring pastry. Mostly Mahaprasadam is pastries or what, or cookies. In America, it's all cookies. It's like that. So okay, I'll not take cookies. I'll not take pastries, even if it is Mahaprasad. So that strategy is there in your mind. If somebody brings, you accept it, touch it to your head, and give it to somebody else. Okay, fine. So there's a strategy. So like that. So you have to come up. What suits you have to think. Get rid of weaknesses. There's no other way. There's no other way.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. We have some chat questions. So first from Pooja Arora Mataji, she's asking, can we take example of Ajamala and Kanika as far as fall down concept is concerned?
Words, I can't understand the question. I can't understand the question.
Yeah, so actually we're talking about the fall down, right, Prabhu? So the Lord makes, through his Mahamaya makes the devotees to give the miseries and some may fall down. So in that case, Pooja Arora Mataji is asking, can we take the example of Ajamila and Ganika? I also don't understand who is that Ganika? I don't know what example.
Prostitute might be she.
So can Okay. So Pooja Mataji, if you're there, you can unmute and ask the question. So meanwhile, we'll move on to the next question. I don't know my screen. Okay. So Anchal Sharma Mataji is asking, how can we be consistent in devotion while living with non-devotees in abroad and having a fear of fall down?
How can we be consistent in devotion with non-devotees?
They are living with the non-devotees, and also not in India, it's in abroad. So they are living. So while living with the non-devotees, it's difficult to practice the devotion. So in that case, how to maintain, how to be consistent, and how to avoid fall down. That fear of fall down is there. So how to? So she's asking some basically some tips.
Well, this is like very individualized, isn't it? So with non-devotees, yeah, it's difficult. That's true. But then you have to make a strategy in your life so that even if you interact with them, you don't get affected. You have to make I can't tell you some strategy, but you have to come up with some strategy in your life. If your husband is non-devotee, your father-in-law, whatever, children, then you have to fix your time and smartly play the job and make some strategies in your life so that even they don't come to know and you can do your devotion. Something there's no other way. By the way, but America is much safer than India for devotion. There are no relatives. India, you go mad. Relatives will make you mad. And people don't interfere in everybody's life in America. America is good for devotion, by the way. Nobody interferes in your life. Even if they want to meet you first, they'll WhatsApp, they'll fix a time. In India, everybody can come at any time and do anything to you. So you're in a good place. There's so many nice parks you can go.
Mataji, she's living in Italy.
Italy also, yeah, Italy is little congested. Yeah, Italy is a multi, it's a international place and there's so many people. But still, you don't have relatives in Italy. No? You can go to parks and chant nice. India, what? India is all bars are dustbin. You can't go anywhere. Streets are full of stool, urine. What do you do? Houses are like pigeonholes. At least in Italy, you have some place, some at least there's a decent place to live in, I presume, and can go and hang around some parks or some churches. You can go chant your rounds Hare Krishna there in the church. Beautiful churches, no? So it's a beautiful. There's a nice atmosphere there. So like that, just come up with a strategy. That's all. That's all. Play
So
smart.
smart, yeah, we'll have to be smart. So like, I think even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he advised Raghunath Das Goswami, it's just
Yeah,
behave.
same thing. Yeah, same thing. You're right.
Yeah, so, as if you have a paramour, so you behave. Whatever they say at home, you do. That's all. So everything will fall in place. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for telling about the strategy, which is the smart work we have to do when we are surrounded with non-devotees. Thank you. And next question, we can move ahead to Anu Mataji. She's asking why we get scared while improving our weakness. Cleaning process becomes very tough and impossible.
Cleaning is tough. I know it's tough. That's who says it's easy. But you have to do yourself what to do. There's no other way. But if you really want to get rid of obstacles, Krishna will give you the power and the intelligence. You might have to wait for some time. But there's no other way. In this life, next life, we have to do our own job. Even Guru cannot do for you. That's all. That is why Krishna is with us, because it's tough. Krishna is saying, don't fear, I am there with you. So we have some shelter and now we can do work. So remember that Krishna is with us. So any tough thing we can conquer with Krishna. That's confidence.
Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And then next question. Yeah, it's just a cell phone name. Someone is asking, is curiosity to know about the Lord is a sign of attraction toward the Lord?
I don't know. Question is not clear.
Is being curious to hear
No,
Harikatha.
question is not clear. No, it's not clear. Curiosity to hear Harikatha is attraction to the Lord, in some sense, little bit, but that curiosity can be due to intellectual hunger also.
Mm.
You want to
Yeah,
understand
that's
things.
right.
That curiosity also can be due to, because it's something new. You are in a new people want to know many things, jigyasu. So it's not necessary like that.
Yeah, that's right. So our next question is Sunanda Singh, Mataji or Prabhuji. So how to avoid unnecessary thoughts which always hunts us, and at the same time we are liking that thought, but devotionally bad.
That's what I'm saying. Come up with a strategy. Ask some senior how to. You have to do something. Don't think. Do. Thinking you will not get over this. Do something. There's a thought. Do something which can get rid of that thought. That's all. Action is required, not thinking.
So Prabhuji, which means you are saying telling our thoughts towards Krishna. That's what you're
No,
meaning.
no, I'm not
Uh,
saying that.
mhm,
That's what devotees do. What I'm
mhm.
saying is you have to come up with a strategy to actually negate that thought. That strategy might be some very practical thing, nothing to do with telling. Suppose if you're getting a thought of enviousness for some devotee. Suppose. So how do you tell it in Krishna consciousness, enviousness? It's all theory. Okay, I'm becoming envious of Krishna, so I have to tell it in Krishna service. How do you do that? That's all theory. That's all theory stuff. Practically, if you're envious of a Vaishnav, then you have to come up with a strategy. So, okay, fine. Let's go and talk with him face to face. Clear up things.
Okay.
That can solve the problem. Or, or if that devotee is coming in a particular program, don't go there in that program. If you're really become mad at him, you can avoid that one program if he's there. He, she, or she, for example. But best strategy is go and talk and ask for forgiveness if there is some problem and finish it off. That's a strategy. Niti is required. Niti. Okay. So muted हो गई.
Okay, Krishna. So Prabhuji, we have few more questions. Do you have time?
Well, you know what? I really don't have time. That's the whole problem.
Okay, so you're going. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
So we
I
have
have
Shyama
some
Gauri.
other engagements, na. That's why. Sorry for that.
Okay,
Hare Krishna,
okay, Prabhu.
Prabhuji,
Okay.
Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I wanted to ask a little bit. Like in purport, it says uh, that giving the qualities of Lord Shiva and mantras of Lord Shiva, and they said like Mayavadis focus on this mantra so much. Can devotee chant those mantras?
Devotees, actually, Madhva Sampradaya, they chant all these mantras.
Okay.
Because these mantras are not for Mayavadis. These mantras are in scriptures, no? But Mayavadis have hijacked these mantras because they indicate impersonal concept. But actually, these mantras are indicating for Krishna. So what Madhva Sampradaya says, you are actually hijacker. You kidnap all the mantras of Upanishads and then say it is all impersonal and for Shiva. But that's not the case. Vedesa sarver ahameva vidya. So they interpret all these mantras connected to Krishna's personal form and they also chant this to show them that these are not your mantras. These are for Krishna. And that's how they can defeat them without philosophy.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can also chant, but you have to like interpret it in a different way. Just like for example, this mantra Soham is there. Mayavadi chant Soham. So they say what so matlab he matlab I. He and I are one. Now that's their interpretation. Soham means he and I are one in love.
Yeah.
So we can chant Soham. Actually, by the way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was given this mantra Soham.
Okay.
So but he interpreted like that. This is a real interpretation. So like I am Atma Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi. Bhaktivedanta says Aham Brahmasmi means I am humble. Mayavadi says Aham Brahmasmi, I am God. Brahma means God, Aham means I, Asmi means I am. But Madhva says, Bhaktivedanta says no. Madhva says Aham Brahmasmi. I am, Brahma means soul, not God, not Paramatma, Atma. I am soul. I am servant of super soul. So this mantra indicates humbleness and surrender. So like that. So it is all Vaishnava mantras. You can chant provided you know the interpretation.
Okay,
So
Prabhuji.
what you can do, all of you, you can go to Google, type this mantra and type what is a Vaishnava understanding. And this is a nice homework. And all these mantras, Vaishnava understanding will come if Google, if somebody might have done. Definitely somebody might have done.
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I have a question,
Thank
Prabhu,
you
if
so
I can
much.
ask.
Who is Sahil? Come on,
Yeah,
you keep on writing emails, you know.
yeah. So my question is, Prabhu, like in Vrindavan, there is like a Nityanand Parivar is there. He says they are doing like Vamsi Patra Tilak, but we are also from
Oh,
the
come on,
Nityanand Parivar.
Sahil. This is like going out of the way. So you write me this mail.
Yeah.
I'll answer you this. But this is
Okay.
out of the context, isn't it? Okay.
Okay, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. I'm just out of time also.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
for time and association. Dear devotees, hold on your questions. So we'll ask to Prabhuji when next time he comes on the call. And thank you so much, Prabhuji. Let's pay our obeisance to Prabhuji. Vanja kalpatra
Hare
pracha
Krishna.
Sarvabhyascha कृपाचार्यभ्यो च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
Jai
की
Shri
जय
Prabhupada ki jai.
जय
Please praise Keshavanand Prabhuji
प्रभु जी
ki
की
jai.